See. March 18th, 1983. This is Joe Todd, an interview with Lydia Bostwick. Mrs. Bostwick, where were you born?
I was born in Lehigh, Kansas,
And when's your birthday?
January 8th,
What year?
1902.
1902.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your father?
Frederick Fritzler,
How do you spell that?
Fritzler.
Where was he from?
He was from Stefan, Russia. Stefan.
And who is your mother?
Elizabeth Trice. You mean her maiden name?
Yeah.
Trice. Treise.
And where is she from?
She was from the same place, Stefan, Russia.
What kind of work did your father do?
Well, he was a shoe cobbler. He made boots and shoes.
When did he come to this country?
I think it was 1899.
How come he came over here, did he say?
Oh, he wanted to get to a better country where, you know, you make a better living. Because out there, they just didn't. If they had 50 rubles, why, that was about as much as the average, you know.
Yeah. Did he ever talk about his life in Russia, what life was like?
Well, he always talked about it, but see, they all lived together. I mean, there was the father and the mother, and when the son got married, they all lived in the same place. They hardly ever had their own. And, you know, the old people would die, and the new ones would come along. And
Was life hard in Russia?
well, I would think so. Of course, you know, when they lived there, they didn't know any better.
Yeah. Now, the people I've talked to that came from Russia said that the reason most of their parents came, that they were going to be drafted in the army, and that's why they left.
Well, I don't think that was the reason my father come, because he just wanted to get away and to a better life. That's what he always told us kids.
Did he talk about his trip over on the boat?
Well, I've got that all written down, and it'll be in that book, you know, that the hooker they're putting out. It was in, I really don't remember when it seemed like they left in May, left Russia, and they came through Bremen, Germany, and they were on a ship, and they got to, now I don't know whether it was New York or whether it was when they got to Lehigh, the 21st, I think it was, June.
Of 1899?
I think it was 99.
Okay.
If I'd have known this, he was going to ask me all this, I'd have looked it up, because I've got the papers and things, you know.
Were your parents married when they came over?
Oh, yes.
Looks like it's raining out.
Maybe it'll turn to snow.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say they were married? Yes. And they had three children. Two sons and a daughter. The youngest son was just a year old.
Yeah. How come they came to Kansas?
Well, so many people, you know, that had already come that they knew, and seemed like from this village, they all come there, you know, to Lehigh, Kansas, to find work.
Did he have a shoe shop in Lehigh?
No, not then, not until, well, he used to work with them in Russia, but when he come to Lehigh, he just worked at anything he could get.
What did he do mainly? What kind of work?
Well, it was during harvest, the summer, he helped the farmers on the farms and
Did he have a farm there in Kansas?
no, he didn't have his own farm.
Okay, so
They lived in town there. And my mother, she worked for a lady, they owned a store and she did their housework.
yeah. What kind of house were you born in? Did your
That
parents
I
live in?
don't know. See, I was 2 years old when they come here
Okay,
and
So
I
you-
don't remember.
yeah, you came here in 1904 then.
Yeah.
Did you all come down by train?
Yeah, as far as, I think it was Tyrone, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Or no. When my father first came down to Homestead on the quarter land out here, they came as far as Tyrone, then they took them from there. And a horse and buggy, you know, and they drove around and then they picked what land they wanted. But they came in a boxcar with everything they had to Hooker. What little furniture and stuff they had. And the family, they all come here in a boxcar.
Where'd your father homestead?
Well, it's 2.5, maybe better say about 3 miles east of town, east of Hooker.
What's your first memory of the homestead? What's the first thing you remember?
Well, it's a little one-room house, and there were 7 of us lived in it. And the first thing that I really remember was when my dad come to town and bought a stove, a range to cook on. That was a great deal. My sister, she was quite a bit older. She was 10 or more years older than me. And I still remember her baking cookies when they got it all set in the kitchen. And,
How old were you then?
oh, about 6, I guess.
When's the first time you came to Hooker?
To town? Well, we didn't come very often, but I just don't remember that.
What do you remember about Hooker as a child? What did the town look like?
Well, they had a well over here somewhere, you know, where everybody got their water. And I went to school here.
You went to school in Hooker?
Mm-hmm.
When did you start school?
Let's see, I was about 8 years old before I ever started school.
So you started about 1910.
Must have been. You know, it's been so long ago.
Right.
But my dad brought us all in, the 3 of us, the younger ones, and took us up there, you know, and told them what our names were. And then he went on. We had to learn.
Yeah.
See, we couldn't talk English. We were German. So that was kind of hard, you know, right at first. But
Did you have trouble in school? No.
to learn it?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, learning to speaking English.
No, you know, I don't know. It didn't seem hard. But we learned pretty quick when you have to. Nobody else, you know, talk German. You have to. You soon learn.
Yeah. What was the name of the school?
Well, just a Hooker school.
Do you remember Statehood Day, 1907?
No. I don't know anything about that.
What kind of crops did your father raise in the farm?
Well, it was mostly just wheat. They tried to raise wheat and a little maize, and that was all.
As a child, what kind of chores did you have to do on the farm?
After we got home from school, we had to get in the kindling and the coal and milk the cows and feed the hogs. Had all that to do.
Did you do any laundry?
Well, my mother did until I was old enough. It used a washboard, in the tub
How'd you heat the water?
in a big boiler, kind of a kettle, or not a kettle, but a wash boiler. I don't know whether you know what a wash boiler is. Sets on, nowadays you can set it on 2 burners, it was, of course, they just had the old cook stove.
Did you do the laundry inside or outside?
Well, we always did it inside. I know a lot of people did outside, but my mother, I remember, always did the washing inside.
What about ironing? You do ironing?
Oh, yes. We had those old flat irons, that you'd set on the fire.
How much of a dress or a shirt could you iron with one iron before it got cold?
Oh, you'd probably have to change about 2-3 times.
So how many irons did you iron with?
Well, we had 3 irons
3. Yeah.
on that deal.
Did you make your own starch?
No, I think she bought that,
Yeah.
my mother.
What about soap?
She made the soap.
Did you help her make it?
Well, I knew how, and I made it a few times.
How do you make it?
Well, I couldn't tell you right now. You use grease or, lard and lye and water. And that's about it. It's been so long, though, since I made it, that I probably couldn't make it unless I had the recipe.
What was your favorite subject in school?
Well, I liked arithmetic and spelling most of all. What I didn't like was to memorize things and then get up in front of the class and recite it because I was so bashful, it just killed me.
Yeah. What kind of games did you play at school?
Oh, we just played outdoors, tag and stuff like that, And then they put a big post in the ground and had a wagon wheel up on top, and they had ropes,
Yeah.
and you'd hang on to that with a loop, and the kids would push you, and you'd sail around. And some of them played basketball outdoors.
Do you remember World War One? Was there much work for the war effort around here?
Well, I know my mother knitted socks. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
No, I never did learn how to knit. And then they sent it, I guess it was gave them to the Red Cross.
Do you remember Armistice Day? How you doing?
Well, I guess I do, but like I say, it's been so long ago. If it'd be now where you have all your news over the radio and TV, why, you could.
Do you remember there was a big celebration in Hooker when the war ended?
No, I don't remember that. See, we lived out on the farm, and with a horse and buggy, we didn't get down very much, but they probably did have.
Yeah.
It was so different, everything, from nowadays.
Did you go through high school?
No, I didn't.
How far did you go?
I went through the 6th grade. I didn't even go through the 8th grade. I had a younger brother that did.
Did you wear the new dress styles in the 20s, the short dresses?
Well, I guess so, because I usually went with the with the styles.
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah, against my parents' wishes. Yeah, they were real upset about it.
So, were you a flapper?
No.
What is a flapper?
Well, I guess they danced. I never did go to dances because my folks, they were against dancing.
Was there a movie house in Hooker at that time?
Yeah,
Did you go to the movie?
yeah, we went maybe once a week. And maybe then we didn't. It was just once in a while.
Yeah. Remember any movies you saw back then?
Well, they used to always be westerns, you know, cowboys with the chaps on.
How did the Depression affect you and your family?
Well, not too awful much because my dad, he always raised, you know, hogs, and we had cattle, cows, and chickens, and we always had enough to eat. We never went hungry. Of course, a lot of things that, you know, would have been nice to have had, but we got along just all right.
Did the bank in Hooker close?
The bank? That I don't remember.
Can you give me a good description of what a dust storm's like?
Well, you haven't seen any?
Not like they had back in the 30s.
Well, the real bad one, the first one I remember was in March. We was just talking about it yesterday. I don't know whether it's March in 22, I believe, 22 or 3. It was on a Saturday, and it was real pretty, warm, just like a summer day. And I remember we came to town to get the groceries, and all at once, while we seen this, looked like a bank of clouds, you know, coming up. And it just got bigger, and it just came a rolling, you know, and I guess it was from maybe the sun, you know, kind of behind in places. It just looked like it was red and black, and it was just come just a tumbling, you know, just. And when it got here, it was just like night, you know, it was just black and got cold. We just barely made it home, just to turn into the yard when it hit. And there was a little snow with it, and it was just terrible.
How long did it last?
Well, I just don't remember. I think towards dark, why, it seemed like it let up, but it was cold, you know, and windy and everything. But it was really, a lot of people thought it was the end of the world. Scared to death.
Yeah. What caused those dust storms?
Well, I don't know. Seemed like they moved in from, I don't think they were really, all of it from around here. Because that one, I know it must have, I think they talked about Nebraska and, you know, further on where it started. But of course, it blowed here a lot too, the fields did. Because we didn't get any rain, you know, and it just.
You doing any good here?
Yes, sir. I really am.
Well, these people are to know a whole lot about the old timers.
Yeah.
This woman here is 102 years old. Not quite like 101 and a half. No, she's been here a long time. And I've only been here 21 years.
21 years.
I'm just a newcomer.
Oh, you're a newcomer. Yes.
I'm a Texan, by golly.
Where'd you come from? What part of Texas?
Amarillo.
Amarillo. Well, that's Amarillo, Guyman, that same thing.
Yeah.
You know, Amarillo and Lubbock used to have up and down about the, population.
Yeah.
And at one time, I'd come out and the paper says, don't, if you're going to South Texas, don't go below it, because they'll count you.
Yeah.
Go by there.
What's your name, sir?
Dave,
Dave.
Mr. Dave,
Joe Todd.
up north.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Back up.
Yeah, they were said not to go by Lubbock, if you did, they'd count you in the population. And then the announcers there on the radio or TV, they used to raise the dickens about Fort Worth and Dallas, accusing Amarillo of being the coldest place in the world. And they say, well, maybe the sun would be shining. They say, snowing, it's a blizzard in Amarillo. Wouldn't you hate to live up there? And he finally got his back on them though. Got the rain and snowing down there, and there did snow down there, you know. Well, y'all be careful.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, I left that on. Oh well. I got him on tape too.
Have some of Mr. Day's
Yeah.
experiences.
Did the farmers do anything to try to keep the topsoil in place to keep it from blowing
Well,
away?
they worked it, but, you know, if it don't rain and you can't grow anything, why, it just started blowing again.
Is that what caused the dust storms, the drought?
Well, I thought so. I don't know what the scientists and all
Yeah.
the big shots thought, but.
How many hours or days would a dust storm last?
Well, I tell you, they'd come in of a morning a lot of times from the south, and the next day they'd come from the north.
Just blow the same dirt right back over.
Yeah, just it was always north or south, you know, that it blowed. And you couldn't hardly sleep, you know, in the house. I mean, the dust. Of course, nowadays they have storm windows and everything, and the houses are tighter than they were then. But
How'd you keep the dust out of your house?
well, we didn't. We cleaned it out whenever it quit blowing.
For how many years those dust storms last?
Oh, how many years?
Yeah.
Oh, gee. I just seemed like it was quite a while. Seemed like in 28, I think we raised pretty good crops. And then in the 30s, it was kind of bad again, so it was, I really don't remember.
Yeah.
My memory isn't too good.
Yeah. Can you tell me what your average meals consisted of in the 30s, you know, for breakfast, dinner, and supper? What would you fix?
Oh, we usually just had eggs a lot of times. And the sausage or bacon, I mean, when I lived with my folks. Because we usually, you know, had plenty. And then my husband and I, we kept our nephew, two nephews and a niece, helped, you know, they stayed in our home until they were grown, put them through high school. And, we ate a lot of beans for dinner, I know. And there was just very little, I mean, you know, no variety of too many things.
Bye-bye.
Bye. What about supper?
Oh, I know, we had boiled eggs and deviled eggs. We ate quite a few eggs. And I don't know how we ever did get by. But I'm still here, so I
Yeah.
guess it didn't hurt me any.
Yeah. But you always have plenty of food, though.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
not, like they say, we didn't go to bed hungry.
Yeah. What's your husband's name?
Well, I'm a widow.
Yeah. What was his name?
Oh, Vern Bostwick,
Where'd you meet him?
here at Hooker.
And when'd you get married?
Let's see, 19, oh, good night. 31, I guess it was. Is that right? In December 1931.
December.
And we had one daughter. She was born in 36.
What were you doing the day the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor?
Well, it was on a Sunday, and I know I wasn't getting ready for church, but I had the radio on, and I heard it on the radio.
What was your first reaction when you heard it?
Well, just shock, you know. But I didn't think that it ever lasted as long as it did. I thought that the United States, you know, they'd take care of them pretty quick, but it didn't.
Was there much work for the war effort during World War II?
I just don't remember. What do you mean?
I mean, like, the bond drives, or...
Oh, they were always, wanting to sell
Yeah.
these bonds, yes.
Did you all buy any?
Yeah, I still got some.
You still have some bonds?
Still some of those. Came in a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
But I still have bonds that I bought later
Yeah.
in 60.
Were there, the drives to collect metal, scrap iron? Did they have those around here?
Yeah.
I was wondering, did they round up a lot of the old farm equipment for that, for the metal drive, for the drives for iron?
Well, I think people just gathered up, loose pieces they had. I know that's what my folks did. Little scraps. They called it scrap drive, I think.
Yeah.
Iron.
How big was Hooker the first time you came to town? What did the town look like?
Well, it was just little old wooden buildings, and dirt streets, and I had 2 hotels down here, one on each side of the street, and then later there was one built down here on the corner they called the Delmonico, but it's all torn down. And like I said, they had a water well, over here for a long time, then till they finally got the city dug a well. And when it rained, it was just terrible in the streets, the mud,
So the streets weren't paved.
Oh, no.
When did they pave this?
I don't remember what year. But when I first, when I was still at home and we'd come down, it was all dirt, just.
Was there a big celebration in Hooker when World War II ended? VJ Day?
I just don't, of course, everybody was happy about it, but I really don't remember whether they had any special.
Did many boys from Hooker go to the war?
Oh, yeah. Our neighbor boy, he was killed in Italy. He was a flyer, Earl Rimmel. And then Doyle, one of our nephews, he was in England during that war with the Air Force. And the other one, the other nephew, Donald, he was with the Navy.
Did they both come home?
But my neighbor's son, he didn't.
What was your reaction when you heard about the atomic bomb being dropped on Japan?
Well, I thought it was terrible. It was just something unbelievable, really, you know, that it would kill so many people and do so much damage.
You think that helped shorten the war?
Well, I'm imagining it did, sure.
Can you tell me what some of your favorite childhood memories are?
Well, come to church, I think, on Sunday to get away from home. That was about the only time that we got off the place was on Sunday to come to Sunday school and church. And it was a little church across the track. It isn't there anymore. Oh, and we just made our own toys and stuff to play with. We didn't have things like they do now.
What kind of toys did you make?
Oh, well, like me now, made a doll and learned to sew, you know, make clothes for it. And the brothers, they always had old spools, you know, and stuff that they made things out of.
Yes, I made the box.
How long you been here?
Well, I came here in 1904, but my father came in 93. I mean, 3.
3. What's your name?
My name's Welch.
That's right. I didn't recognize you with your scarf on.
Oh.
Let me see. I'm trying to think what else I can ask you.
Well,
Only tell me about your childhood memories.
well, I did, didn't I?
You have any more?
Well, I just can't, you know, you took me by surprise to interview me, and I just can't think of everything.
Well, I think we have a good interview. May I talk to you?
Well, I don't know how many questions you're going to